us to have it so we can operate smoothly and sustainably by local language by the end of May as well. So we have some preparation and some other things that need to get done. Okay, so let me just start with updates on each of the main categories of our business. So first, our operations status. So for Cambodia, as you know, almost everything is ready to go. We are finishing up some final training this week on Sunday, and then we should be able to begin Cambodia sales next week. We also then, for Thailand, we still are waiting for our OCPB letter, and also we are finalizing the new system for Thailand. Good news, the system for Thailand will be in both English and Thai when we launch it. So I know that we are, the Thai system is slightly delayed. It'll be ready by May 20th. But the good news is that when it is ready on May 20th, it will be ready by both English and Thai language. For Cambodia operations, the system is ready. The system training will begin on Sunday. However, we still need to translate the system for Cambodia. And so we will be working then with some people, and our BA team will contact our Cambodia core agents to support with the translation of the system. Okay, so next is then products. So for Thailand, there's no change other than Mr. Jack has been very helpful. He's actually found 2 product leads for me recently. So I'm still following that with Jack, one for cosmetics, one for jewelry, and we'll see how that continues for Thailand. For Cambodia, we have 2 potential products that are currently being reviewed by our team here in Vietnam to see if we want to put them into our ecosystem. One is a French cosmetic product that is manufactured in Australia, and then it's actually already stored in Thailand. Oh, sorry, in Cambodia. It's already in Cambodia. So we are just working out some of the commercial terms for with that product supplier, and we are looking to invite them to the next matching meeting. There's one more product. It is a feminine hygiene product that is also by Miss Noi. She is one of our suppliers for Thailand, but she also has some products in Cambodia. And so the team right now in Vietnam is reviewing that product to see if we can put it into our ecosystem in Cambodia. Speaking about our products and suppliers, I had a meeting on Tuesday with our suppliers to talk more about how to deliver a more effective and better matching meeting. So those of you that have come to multiple matching meetings already, I think you have already seen the improvement. For example, I know Decita, the first time that they had their presentation, it wasn't very good, and then the second time it was quite good. I've also then spoken to all of them so they have a better idea about the time frame and the key points that they should reach with all of our agents to attract them to the products. So I'm expecting the next matching meetings to be much better and bigger. We also then have some upcoming matching meetings coming up next week. For Cambodia, I don't know, I don't think Mume is in here. So I maybe need to double check the times, but as I believe the Cambodia one will be on next week on Wednesday at 7 p.m. We will make a post to remind everyone about this. And then for Thailand, next week, Thursday at 7 p.m. And that one will be quite a big matching meeting. So it might be about an hour and a half long. And we did talk to the suppliers so they understand how much time they have available. They'll try to keep their presentation to 15 minutes or less. And we'll also be introducing some of the new suppliers in Thailand that we have already signed MOUs with. So you'll get to see some new products for the first time in a matching meeting there. Okay, the next thing then is upcoming training activities. So for Cambodia, we do the system training at 6:30 p.m. this Sunday. And so for anyone who wants to know how to use the system, I had a demo done for me last week. It's quite easy to use, there's a few things that needed to be fixed, which are supposed to be fixed, I believe, either by this evening or by tomorrow evening. And so then the team, our BA team, they are in charge of our system. They will do the training for everyone in Cambodia at 6:30 p.m. Those of you that are in Thailand, the Thailand system is a slightly newer, different system. However, the way that it operates will be similar. So if any of you that are based in Thailand want to also join the training for the Cambodia system, you are welcome to come as well, 6:30 p.m. On Sunday. We'll also then, once the Thailand system is ready in late May, we will do another training specifically for the Thai system. But I've had a look at both systems. They're very similar in the way they operate and the way that our agents will use them. So it could be useful to all of you if you do want to join that meeting on this Sunday. Okay, the next thing we need to talk about then is BPP and Kung Fu. And so we need to start having a regular BPP for both Thai and Khmer, which I think we already do. I think right, Friday for Khmer and Tuesday for Thai. As you know, more and more agents now are starting to even for Cambodia have been purchasing data both on the Vietnam side and on the Cambodia side. And so it's important that we can then run BPPs so that those people in Cambodia and Thailand that cannot speak English are able to start joining, progressing, and helping to grow that side of our ecosystem. For the BPP, does anybody here, or let me just do this. Let me ask first. Using the raise hand function, can you raise your hand if you feel comfortable to do BPP training by your local language? So those of you in Thailand, do you feel comfortable that you know how to do a BPP by Thai? And those of you that are in Cambodia, do you feel that you can do the BPP? Because if not, I want all of our core agents to be able to do BPP. So if I need to schedule another training with all of the core agents here, and I can explain each BPP slide, what I say, why I say it, and what's the point, we can arrange. Okay, so I'm looking, all right, Jack, very nice, Bari, Pisson, Mr. Conrado, Shrita, okay, okay. Ms. Jarajun, I saw you already did BPP and it was very good. Do you feel comfortable, or do you feel like you need more training?
I feel comfortable, but I think it's okay. I will try to practice myself more to be much better to keep my when I speak it's slower, because I know I speak it too fast for the last time. Yeah.
That happens with all of us. Sometimes I talk too fast, Miss Clee, we all do, so don't worry. And I already saw your BPP. It was very good. So
Okay.
just feel confident. You're already doing a great job. So yeah, nothing to worry on your end there.
Okay. Okay. I will.
Yeah.
Yeah. I comfortable to do that. Yeah.
Okay. And I think then what we can do is in one of these Thursdays, maybe next Thursday then, what I'll do, since not everyone has raised their hand yet, I'll then quickly go through the BPP. Due to the holiday in Vietnam, I don't expect a lot of changes to happen from this week to next week. So next week, instead of a big update like I'm doing now, I'll go through the BPP with everyone here and explain each slide what message I want our potential agents to understand when I say each slide. Okay, and then Kung Fu training is the next one. We will need to start doing the Kung Fu training by both languages within May. And so the Kung Fu is obviously much more complex than the BPP. And so what I want to do as well is in these Thursday meetings, I will, and maybe we have to do some additional day as well, so we can finish in time. But I can invite some of our experts who have already done the Kung Fu many times, both in Vietnamese and English, and they can also do the same thing where they will explain each slide. That's what we did for the first Kung Fu that most of you have already seen. Our Vietnamese agents, they learned from some of their big leader agents here in Vietnam, and then they started to do the Kung Fu training that everyone here has attended for Thailand and Cambodia. And so what we can do is I can invite some of the presenters on, and they can then also explain some of the different slides and also ask any questions that you have about those slides so that you can start doing the presentation. For Kung Fu, I would like to start for Cambodia. The sooner we start, the better, because starting in May, we will start charging $15 for the Kung Fu training. And so this will be then a way that you core agents can start to earn some more money. Also, for Thailand, we need to begin as well. It's not as urgent because we cannot charge a fee for the Kung Fu until we have the final licensing, which will be within the next couple weeks in Thailand. But what would be good is if we can try to do one practice round of the Kung Fu training sometime in the next 2 weeks for Thailand. Okay, and then the last thing I want to just talk about is, so everybody that is in this group, you are now our main leaders and the people that are the most important to help develop the markets in Cambodia and Thailand. And so right now, if anybody has any questions or problems, or you have some questions on how you can better manage the agents that you start to recruit and work with, you can let us know and we will provide some extra training for all of you. But what we need to start doing is we really need to start building up the number of local agents we have, right? So people that don't necessarily speak English, but as long as they want to be agents with BCA, they can speak the local language. We want to focus to build them up, and then we want to make sure that they feel comfortable, they are learning, they understand, and we help them to develop their business. And we can provide extra meetings and extra training to anybody who feels that they need it. So all of you know, right? I work as the regional manager for BCA. So a lot of my work is the behind the scenes work. I don't directly work as an agent. So that's why I also want to invite Miss Win right now. Miss Win, you know, is one of our 3-star agents. Miss Win has actually been working with me since I first started at BCA back in October to help develop the international market. And she's been taking a big time leader role with the international market, helping me to manage both Thailand and Cambodia as well. So I'd like to invite Ms. Wun just to share a little bit about what she's been doing with BCA and a little bit about how she works as a leader agent. So Ms. Wun, right now you can say a few things to everyone and let them know kind of the way that you approach leadership as an agent for BCA.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Thanks, Michael, for introducing me. So everyone probably already knows me, right? But let me introduce a little bit about myself. My name is Queen, and you can call me by the nickname Rose. Before doing business with BCA, I have worked as an accountant for many years. But because of COVID-19, so I always want to earn the second income. So it's very lucky that I find BCA. So far, I have cooperated with BCA for nearly 1 year, and I have achieved a small achievement of being a 3-star agent right now in BCA Vietnam. And my team in Vietnam right now has more than 100 agents right now. So although my result at BCA has not been outstanding, but today I also want to share a little bit my experience of being a leader with all of you. So I hope that and I hope that it will be able to have all of you somehow with your business in Cambodia and Thailand also. So the first thing I want to share with you, if you want to be a good leader, is that you need to be, because everyone in the Zoom today, you are core agent, right? You are most committed with doing business with BCA. And surely in the future, you will have your own team. So the first factor to become a good leader is that you need to be a role model for your team. It means that if you need your team to be full of energy, so you need to be the first one to be full of energy. For example, if I want my team to go global, so I need to be the first one to do this, right? So yes, the first thing I want to share is that you need to be a role model for your team. And the second is that you need to prioritize the things that produce the 80% of your result in the BCA business. What creates 80% of result with BCA is there are two things. It's the selling and the recruiting. So every day you need to set the goal with your team. You and your team need to have the goal every day, like, but you don't keep it in your mind. You need to write down, like today I will introduce the product to how many person, to how many people, and today I will share the business opportunity with how many people, and you will follow this goal every day. Yeah, and finally I want to share that you need to keep connected. It means that you only not only keep connect with your own team, you need to connect with the company, with the suppliers and the other leader, because keeping connected is extremely important with BCA, because BCA business is, you know, like team-based, person to person. So if a person don't connect with each other, it's very easy to you know, like feel lost and bad mood, right? So there are three things I want to share with you about my experience, and don't worry because you will be trained about this topic in the upcoming Zoom session. Yeah, so thank you for listening. And I hope it will help you with your business with BCA in Cambodia and Thailand.
Thank you so much, Win. One thing that I would like to point out, it's a very small detail that Miss Win said, but in my experience makes some of the biggest difference. And that's when you set goals, right? We all know setting goals is very important, but do a little test with yourself just to even try it out. Spend a month, and instead of keeping the goal in your head, write it down. It makes a big difference. And to a lot of people, they think, oh no, what is the difference? I know what my goal is. I have it in my head. If I write it down, nobody else will see it. But it does. And the way that it subconsciously will affect your attitude and the way that you approach achieving your goal, writing it down will make a big difference. And if you ask anybody who writes down their goals, yes, like
write down and follow it every day.
Yes, exactly. When something is written down, it matters much more than when it's just a thought in your head. It's just a way that most people subconsciously think. And so I recommend to everyone, do a test with this, start writing down your goals and watch your progress. Okay, so thanks, Ms. Win, a lot for sharing that. Now at this time, does anybody have any questions or things that they want to ask me about any updates?
Yes, Michael, I have a couple questions.
Yes, go ahead, Jack.
Number one, the supplier asking me what is our company link in order for them to see, you know, the profile of the company, see what the activity of the company, something like that. So I have no answer for the supplier. What is the link of the company?
You mean like they want to see our website?
Yes.
Yeah, I think the website.
Sure. So after this meeting,
and second,
I will have
question.
my assistant send you all of the website and the things that we typically send to suppliers. I think we have a presentation as well that we give to them so they can understand a bit more about BCA. So I can have Noom send you all of that after this meeting.
Sure, sure. And second is have our website in has in English version yet so far.
Yes, 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 we have. I'll also have Yoon send you that after this meeting.
Mhm. And also have the list of the products that we can learn, you know, from the website.
So two things on this, Jack. So since you're a core agent, I can share with you the Google Drive that has the information about our suppliers and everything you need. And then the second thing is if you, I would recommend coming to the Cambodia system training at 6:30 on Sunday if you're available, because you'll then see the way that the products get displayed in our system. And it might be helpful for you to and everyone to then kind of visualize more how you can see our products and then how you can send product links to customers.
To be honest, Michael, I join every Zoom meeting, you know, as long as I have availability. No matter I repeat it, like you know, like the kung fu training for, I repeat it almost every time. Then when I'm available, you know.
Yep. So yeah, like I said, if you're available this Sunday at 6:30, we have the system training, which will, I think, be very helpful for everyone because this will be the first time all of you are seeing the system and getting a demo for it, unless you already have been playing around with your own Access accounts. But like I said, it's going to be finished either today or tomorrow, and then Sunday we have that training where you're going to be able to have a full demo from our tech team. Thanks for your questions.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Yep, you too. All right, any other questions?
Yes, I have a question, Michael.
Yes.
You say this in news. That's why I want to know more. Like you say, we will apply the Kung Fu fee for new agent, $15 per agent. New agent. We start when, Michael?
We start in May. So anybody who wants to begin the Kung Fu starting after the BPP that I do Monday, May 2nd.
Oh, okay. So I will join that to see how you do it. But I mean, we really start at beginning of May.
Yes. So they're in Cambodia. For Cambodian market, there will be the fee for starting in May for the Kung Fu, which the marketing team has placed at $15.
Okay. What about the Thailand market?
For the Thailand market, we think it will be $25. That's what the marketing team has currently, but they're still doing a couple more tests. We also, though, we cannot collect revenue in Thailand until we get the final approval from the government, which due to COVID was delayed by another 2 weeks right now.
Another 2 weeks right from now. Okay. Yes. So our BPP presentation we will change at this point. Like we will tell people about the P, right? Not same before.
Don't get confused BPP and Kung Fu. There's never any fee for the BPP because we do the BPP.
No, sorry. I was talking about the way we do BPP presentation. Before we always tell people it's free, but from May we will change this point. Like we will say more about this. We will tell people that if you want to join, it will be $15 or something, but the way we tell to people, I will have to learn more from you on Monday, right?
Sure. Yeah. So for everyone, then I'd recommend coming to my BPP presentation on Monday. And if you can't make the BPP presentation on Monday, I'll also do one on Wednesday. And if you can't make both of those times, we will talk about BPP next Thursday at 12 o'clock in this meeting.
Okay, I get it. Thank you.
Thank you, Vari. Any other questions for me? Okay, if there's no other questions then, so everyone, this next month, May, is going to be one of the busiest months for us. We have a lot to get done because our goal is to make sure that everything is ready for all of you, our core agents, to really start leading your markets, right? I want you to think about this. This is your business in your countries, and you will be the leaders for those markets. BCA starting in June, we want to start working on our expansion plans so we can expand into the UK, the US, and Australia. And so for this month of May, we will need to make sure everything is done, give you all of the extra training you need so that all of you can be very effective leaders so that you can lead the Cambodia and Thailand markets. So again, whatever you need, any questions, any extra training, anything that's confusing or you need help with, please let me know or let any of the other agents, core agents know, and we will arrange anything you need so that you'll be able to be very effective by the end of May. Okay, so thank you everyone for taking the time.
Michael,
Yeah.
can I add something on?
Yes, go ahead, Jack.
I stand in a public area, so maybe my microphone is a little noisy, but I just want to add it on, such as, as we translated the Kung Fu training, the knowledge of the Kung Fu trainings are also from translation, okay? And if you the agent want to be accurate on what's the meaning of each particular slide, I would strongly recommend the agent to join the Kung Fu training, repeat it over and over, and then you would be more, what we call, just to nail it, if you want to be accurate on what is the meaning of each slide. So my point is, join the Kung Fu training as many times as possible, especially the topic that you translated.
Yeah, Jack, that's a really good point that you make, right? Because repetition is key. It can be when you're doing something new, especially with presentations, public speaking, or learning something that is very new to you. It's very hard to learn everything after just one time. And so
exactly.
Yeah, we make those Kung Fu's available. We try to keep running them continuously so that you have as many opportunities as possible to see the way that more experienced people do it. So that you can learn from them, ask questions, and then really start to gain more and more knowledge. And that will make your presentation much better in the future. Yep, very good point, Jack. Thank you.
Yeah, the key is practicing, right?
Yeah.
So
Okay.
yes, we start from May. We will do the Kung Fu presentation, and I would like to know exactly the schedule for beginning. So it's like we will.
So yeah, this is, I think what we'll have to do is after this, both Win and Vari, please message the groups of core agents to find out everyone's availability. So when they can do Kung Fu training. What I would like to do, if possible, I'd like for us, once we start doing the training by Thai and by Khmer, instead of doing twice a week, it would be better if we could do 3 times a week. That way we can finish the Kung Fu in 2 weeks instead of 3 weeks. And then we'll be able to grow the base of agents in both countries much faster.
Yeah.
Plus, from my understanding, it is much easier to get the data by Thai or Khmer rather than finding people in Thailand and Cambodia who can also speak English. And so I would expect that we will have a lot more data and a lot more people coming to join those Kung Fu trainings when they are by the local languages. So if we can, the goal would be to do, let's try to do Kung Fu 3 times per week, and we can arrange the schedule based on the agent's availability. So just collect everyone's availability, and then we can set a schedule for this.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Michael and everyone, I think that the most effective to attract newcomers, especially newcomers, to join with the BCA solution. So if we can have a training in BPP Khmer before they join to listen to join the Kung Fu training, because I think BPP in Khmer is the basic way for them to understand. In Khmer, if we can set the time, the schedule for BPP in Khmer for our local agent, they prefer to join. As I get away from my friends, sometimes they misunderstand in English, even though you're doing good in a presentation in English BPP, but sometimes they ask my English also not good enough. So sometimes we try to get involved in the BCA solution to become a champ, but they find so difficulty with the language. So because I think the Kung Fu, the 6 platform or Kung Fu training session quite very important for them to learn a lot about BCA. But if they don't have the basic learning, what is BCA? How does BCA work for Cambodia? And what kind of product that will be stored in the warehouse? So sometimes they get confused because as right now in Cambodian marketing, there are a lot of network marketing that poison Cambodian people to choose the product, to buy the product, to order the product online because they are poisoning, they are cheating. Yeah. So that's why I think that this is a good platform for us, professional trainer that we call Cambodian again, to have a schedule for BPP in Khmer with the professionalism to when the data center from the BCA solution can get more contact from them to join with us, so that I think that the BCA would expand a lot of Cambodian people to join and understand well about what is the best for BCA solution to present in Cambodia. What are the main purpose and main aspects for the global marketing? Yeah, I think would give benefit for them to understand more, so they would interest to join with us in local language, because most of Cambodian people, especially newcomers to interest with the BCA solution, they need to understand well what we are going to teach them. Yes, thank you. That is my idea. If BPP a lot better before they join access to Kung Fu. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, so actually that's a very good point that you raised, and I should make that clear to everyone, is anytime you are recruiting or inviting somebody, you should always have them join the BPP before they join any Kung Fu training, because the BPP is essential for them to really understand about our business, and especially that you're going to want them to understand, because remember, the BPP is free. It's a free information session for people, whereas the Kung Fu, where right now it didn't have a fee, but in the future it does have a fee. So I think it's important for people to understand the business model well before they commit to paying any of their money. Also then, right, my goal is by the end of May, we stop doing English Kung Fu, we stop doing English BPP. Right, we make everything Thai, everything Khmer. Now, of course, if it's necessary to do a Kung Fu session by English or a BPP by English, we can still arrange that. But what we're trying to do now is make both the Thailand and Cambodia businesses run by Cambodia people for Cambodia people, and same for Thailand, right? Run by Thai people for Thai people, and that's our goal of where we need to get to by the end of the month. If we get to the end of the May and all of you don't feel 100% ready yet, no problem. I'll keep doing some more training with all of you and keep assisting you until everyone does feel comfortable and ready. But yeah, this is our goal for the month of May.
We have to learn a lot from you in English training. Yeah, we need to learn a lot from you who are our top leaders. But what we are going to attract our customer, our agent, the more we would like to expand agent and our teammates, we need to train them well in our local language. Yeah, I think that it could work very well.
Yes, definitely agree. Yeah. Okay, does anyone else have any final questions? Okay, so if there's no final questions, then thank you everyone for taking the time, and now time for you to go enjoy your lunch. If you think of anything else, again, everyone remember, feel free to message me. I'll reply back whenever I get a chance, okay? So thank you and have a nice afternoon. See you, everyone.
Thank you.
Have a good lunch.
Yes, have a good lunch.
Thank you, everyone.